Anyway, the WhatsApp group was lit yesterday.
What WhatsApp group?
A bunch of them.
Oh, you mean WhatsApp groups in general?
Yeah, WhatsApp groups yesterday was lit yesterday.
Why don't you just say what's on your mind? You have to
The WhatsApp groups yesterday was litty committee yesterday.
Why were they litty committee?
It was timelines, Chucky. It was everything.
It was everything. Everything was. Now, what is, oh gosh. Do you know what I feel, yeah? We might need to create a new segment on the podcast. And I'm really good with it. I'm really happy with it. I think we should maybe call it like Chatty Patty Chucks. I think we should do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Chatty Patty Chucks. Because I'll take that one. I love it.
Why?
Give me a little bit of it. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit of it.
Nah, I don't like.
You don't want to call me that? Come on, man.
But it's not.
I
don't like it though.
I like it. Chatty Patty.
I like the name.
Don't it?
I like the name, but I mean that's a
I'll find a way to make it work.
That's a huge cross to bear.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to. You're not a chatty patty. That's just not.
Well, you know, I don't mind. I'll take it. So anyway, the WhatsApp groups was lit yesterday. Boom. I'm driving. Let me set the scene a little bit now. Right. So where was I coming from? I was coming from Labatt Grove. I was on my way from Labatt Grove. I went to some place called Farm W5 to get a falafel salad, falafel wrap. I got a falafel wrap with a drink called a Mad Green. It's got like just bare. Are
you vegetarian now?
Whatever. No. But during the week, I don't eat much meat.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, boom. As I've got the falafel wrap now with the Mad Green and I've jumped in the car and I'm sipping on the Mad Green now, someone sent me a picture on the WhatsApp and that now. So when I've looked at the picture, I'm driving and I'm looking at this picture. Obviously, don't drink and drive and that, but sometimes, not drink and drive. Don't
look
text
at your
and
phone
drive. Look at your, whatever. So anyway, I was doing that. I was drinking and I was looking at my phone while I was driving, which was bad. So anyway, I've seen a comment from Giggs. So when I first looked at the comment from Giggs that he left under Krept's thing, I thought, it's not real. Then I got a next one. Someone else sent it to me. Then someone else sent it to me. Then I looked in a WhatsApp group and I'm seeing people talking about it. Then I'm seeing more chat. Then someone else is sending it to me and everyone's sending it around. And I'm like, hold on a minute. What's going on here? So I sent it to somebody to find out if this was... this is what I did. I pull it in a place where there was somebody connected to a group of people just to see if there was some type of discussion about it. So anyway... I realized that this thing was real. Now, when I realized now that we've got to record the conversation, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, there was two things that was going through my head. I was thinking, if this is a serious street thing, I don't know if I would really be coming here and be trying to catch any type of joke about it or whatever, because I know that there are, you know what I mean, we all live close to each other, everyone can be a bit sensitive and things can happen. But because it isn't, or I don't believe it is, I'm going to be totally honest. The first thing that was going through my mind was me wanting to clickbait the shit out of this. Yeah, I was thinking of all different types of titles for the podcast. I had a couple of them written down. I thought, maybe the podcast...
absolutely love it.
Maybe the podcast could be called Giggs versus Krept Konan. Or maybe it could be called What Happened to Giggs. Or maybe it could be called 7 Days and 7 Nights for Krept Konan to Reply. Or I thought, that's too long though. Then I thought it could be called Is Giggs Playing Dirty? But then I thought, I don't know about that. Then I thought, you know what? Then I thought maybe I could use this one. Giggs stepping on Conan's Krept? But I don't know if I'm going to do that. Because you know what, right?
You've just said all of them.
The reason why I'm not going to do it is because I know that last time when I did it, it was a bit of an issue or whatnot. I also want to make another disclaimer. Ideally, I would love to have this conversation with them. Either one of them. Because I just feel like it'd just be better for one of them to be in here for us to have this conversation, innit? I really want to do that. And the next thing I really want to do is I really want to ring one of them right now. I really want to ring one right now and just have a conversation and just ask a couple of questions. I'm dying for it. I'm not going to lie.
All right, this is what we got to really take into consideration, though, with this situation.
I'm not going to lie. I'm loving it.
I understand you're loving it. McDonald's, that's lit. Justin Timberlake, good song. Stood on the roof, wore a silly hat, but he made mistakes. I'm saying, for me, this is how I look at social media, and I have for about a month to 2 months.
I ain't finished getting my jokes off, but yeah, go on anyway.
Do you want to carry on?
No, go on. You can go.
I thought social media wasn't real. I feel like this is not real. And the reason why I didn't associate with it being real is because I felt like the younger demographic are under the impression it's real, whilst the older demographic know it's bollocks and we just play up to it.
Yeah.
As of recent, I've realised that my assumption was absolute bollocks and garbage. Social media is so it's so part of the real world now that I need to move from the Western world, and these are examples why. Now,
so you essentially agree with what's his name now, Daps?
I agree with absolutely nobody, because I can't tell you. I said it to Mitch today. I can't tell anybody whether Giggs is right or wrong when it comes to the perception of the way he perceives Krept, for the simple reason I don't know Krept like that. I met Krept 8-9 years ago via Twitter DMs, being a massive fan of him. He was a fan of what I was doing. 8 years down the line, we're talking about like real shit. Do you know what I'm saying? He talked to me about his kids. I'll ask him about how's everything with him and what he wants to do. It's serious conversations. I don't know that side because I'm not really in that Instagram Twitter. I'm just not really interested in all of that. But when I see someone older than me who's pulled up on you
a bunch of times,
who is because I'm not on it, leave a comment like that.
Yeah.
That lets me know. When I read that, that's a man that's been dying to say that for time.
Wow.
That's a man that's been dying to say, waiting for the right opportunity. And when the right opportunity for somebody older than me is social media, I know I can't live here no more. Because I don't really follow social media like that.
Yeah,
so for that to be an issue that I know is going to be real life, come on, it's going to be real life.
Yeah.
You really honestly believe these men have egos, you know?
Yeah.
Massive egos, fam. Like, do you reckon they're going to let some next guy say something like that and not even but anyone would hold feelings. And now, because I don't know what the next step is, I don't know if it's a response to social media and real life.
Yeah.
Because I can't make a joke about it. Because if I make a joke about it and then a week from now we're speaking about some real shit.
Oh, well, God forbid.
Then it's just like,
God forbid.
I don't like, I'll sit down in a podcast and be like, wow, I shouldn't have made them jokes because this is some real shit now, because the person that said something was someone I associate with being serious in real life and didn't think he was over here.
Yeah.
But if he is over there, he's not joking about when he's over there. So I don't know what he's capable of. So
you're going to stay out of the jokes.
I'm not I'm going to stay out of it. I have no problem talking about it.
Okay.
But I'm not going to entertain it in that fashion because like, bro, like it seems for you to be talking about the song, it seems like he was referring to the Dig That situation, knowing that people like Bouncer are involved and cause I'm so far removed from the roads, you can catch me in the fridge, fam. I'm really, I'm just not on. So I don't know how their man responds.
You know what?
Things like that.
God forbid that any of that happens, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know any of that.
We can make an educated assumption.
All I'm gonna say is that obviously I do a podcast. We've been doing it for 4 years, and there's a bunch of times where I've come here and I've said some stuff, and then over a period of time I thought I could have said that differently, or I could have said that differently, or my opinion has changed on that, or I feel even bad for saying something. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's many of times, and do you know what? Today might be one of those days. But I love a speculation. I love a speculation.
Even when it's serious.
I love a this to me, this isn't. To me, this is not serious. To me, this is about sport, and this is about how.
It's not about sport.
Okay,
though.
but this is just how
I'll be honest,
this is how I see it. This is how. Wait. You can say how you see it. Listen, you can say. Yeah, I want you to read it as well. I want you to read it. You can say how you perceive it, but I can only tell you how I perceive it.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. You know, I'm just saying.
So I don't see it as like, I don't see it as that serious. I see it as something that, you know, they might have a disagreement about. And they probably will get on the phone and they'll either, and they probably have been on the phone already. They'll either talk it out, they'll agree to disagree, but it's not going to be that, because ultimately, it seems to me from watching them, remember, I'm a fan of this whole thing. I'm a fan of the game. I love the culture, and seeing how they have both grown, they both have various times talked about changing people's lives and doing something productive and constructive and all of these type of things or whatever. So in order for it to get to that type of place, I feel like it would have to be a lot more serious than just this.
All right, let me just read this.
Yeah, of course. Go
Krept has said a fucking drill song just went top 20.
Facts.
This was so important. Game changing.
Facts.
This one was for the streets.
Facts.
You can literally make any fucking type of song you want and chart without mainstream radio, TV, etc.
Big facts.
They can't control it anymore.
Massive
1-0
facts.
to the culture.
Wait, I'll stop you there. 1-0 to the culture on what?
Let's just read both responses and then decide. 1-0 to the culture. Bouncer play dirty, proud of you, my bro. 10 years ago, Gypset days, man. Would never have saw this coming.
Facts.
Here is the response. Hope you got a permit for all that glory hunting. The reason why I'm going to break down Gigs and not Krept, because Krept just made.
Oh well, let me break down Krept.
No, there's nothing to break down. Like Krept, like no, I don't mean to sound like bad about this, but Krept, Konan, there's a lot of other rappers. They do this quite frequently, where they speak about how important a situation they're involved in is for everything, and it probably is true. But I don't need to break it down. We get it.
I just wanted to just know one question.
You can do it later. I just don't want. I just don't want to break down something so obvious. Cool. This is the part where I'm like, this is mad. Hope you got a permit for all that glory hunting. Let me just show you what glory hunting in football is. If my man supports Spurs and I support somebody else, and then all of a sudden I'm just over there on this side, and I don't even now have any real genuine reason to be over here apart from success, that is deemed as glory hunting, i.e. yourself supporting Manchester United. I feel like that is glory hunting because you live in London. There's no reason for you to support you should be supporting QPR, support your local team. You're a glory hunter. I'm cool with it now. It's embedded in you, it's part of you, and I accept it. So in this situation here, is Krept the Man United fan that lives in London and is digged at Manchester United? Is that the glory in which he's hunting? That's the first thing I want to know.
Does he support Man United as well, actually?
He does, yeah. Don't be nasty.
Irony.
He then says, pathetic goal-hanging niggas. Let me show you.
With an emoji.
With an emoji. Do you know what a goal-hanger is in football?
What was the emoji?
The emoji... No, it wasn't an emoji. Oh, yeah, pathetic. He was. It was the eyes looking up emoji. And then said, so it's like, pathetic. Like, that's how he's done it, I believe.
I can't believe you just did that.
Goal-hanging niggas. Do you know what goal-hanging is? Goal-hanging is the man that completes the story but doesn't really make much of a contribution. So in my eyes, I could be wrong. I'm reading that to be, you are capitalizing.
Has he selected these words carefully?
Of course. He's a grown man. He's very educated. A lot smarter than most people I know. He has said glory hunting. So
he was just about to say he's a lot smarter than me and then changed it.
Yeah, he's definitely a lot smarter than me. That goes without saying. That's, again, obvious. But a lot of people, maybe not so obvious to some people. Anyway, he said goal hanging. Goal hangers are like Van Nistelrooy. That's why he got sold. We want Cristiano Ronaldo. Get involved in the build-up play. He's saying he's not involved in the build-up play. He's just, the song's hot. We make it, boom. That's what he's calling Krept. He then says, you both make me sick. He's drafted in Konan and my man's not even fucking involved. He's just doing something else. Yeah. Then says, forever talking shit that ain't even facts. Now, forever talking shit means as long as I've known you, you've spoken shit. I can't deal with it anymore. This is the energy I'm receiving from it. Now you're trying to jump on the Utes hype as well. So it's like you ain't got no hype. So you're trying to generate hype by goal hanging and jumping on dig that. Now trying to use and act like you're responsible as well. So not only are you jumping on my man's hype, but you're making it seem like you're responsible for his success now. Then at the end of it, frauds. Now, if a man makes a statement like that and man don't think it's serious, then I definitely, at the nearest opportunity, have to move to another country. Because to me, this is a serious thing to say.
Of course.
And when anybody else has gone at Krept and Konan, and they're my guys, but I have to say this, they have responded.
Of course. From
Wiley to Chip. I've heard several people go at them. I've seen them respond on the timeline. Bro, if this wasn't serious, they would have responded like they responded to everybody else. Bro, I've seen nothing. This leads me to believe I can't run no jokes about this.
Okay.
This is a serious thing.
So when I say that it's not serious, I don't mean it in a sense that like what he said wasn't serious and he said it as a joke. What I say by it being serious, when I thought that you said serious, I'm thinking of
escalate.
I don't believe that it is going. I don't believe that man are going to be punching each other up about it. That's why I'm having this conversation. But anyway,
that's fair enough.
Right, that was just my thing. So that's why I don't mind having a conversation about it. But anyway, aside from that,
can I ask you one question though? Why don't you believe that?
Why don't I believe?
I need to know why you don't believe that. Is it because it's Giggs and Krept Konan?
Nah, because I just feel that I feel that people do have feelings and there's like this is a prime example of, and you know what? Let's just take these two out or these three out of it, yeah? Like there is this thing where everybody pretends to be best friends and all of this type of stuff, yeah? When there are underlying feelings that are going on or whatnot, yeah? About whatever it may be. So maybe this is a case of that. I just don't think that it is. I just think that their mentality, Krept's mentality in particular and Giggs' mentality today, I don't think that either of them want to mess up the bag, really. Do you know what I mean? I think that they do. There might be some competitive thing in there that makes that winds somebody up. Because I got a speculation and you didn't let me say it, but I'm going to say it in a bit. Yeah, I think that there are things in that might be said or whatever that could wind somebody up, but I don't think that either of them are in a space where nobody wants to go to jail right now. Everyone's making Giggs just today. I think today put up him headlining some festival in the summer. He's headlining on a Friday. He's getting at least 200 bags for that. Man ain't trying to mess these things up. Like Krept Konan's out here man was flying in the sky the other day. They're not trying to mess that up, but there are still going to be some things that are going to be said here and there once it spills over. So can I just say my speculation now?
Go on then.
All right, because I love a speculation. So when I read that, by the way, you broke that down more than I would have done today. So rounds of applause for that. Oh. So when I read that, yeah, because when I was looking at the conversations that people were having in the WhatsApp groups, yeah, I'm saying and I agree with you because you kind of mentioned this as well. I don't think that Giggs put that there because of them just jumping on their man's tune or whatever. I think that there was more things that may have happened, an accumulation of things that he might have perceived in a certain way, that then in the end it just got to the tipping point and that was said. Now, where I think that might have come from, I'm not saying it is, this is just me loving a speculation. Where I think it may have come from was that list, that 25 list that Red Bull put up the other day, yeah. Now, bearing in mind, I'll just be honest with you, the only time that I ever really hear about lists is when someone's disgruntled. I very rarely hear about them from the source. I just hear about it when someone's disgruntled or they're not on the list or whatever it is, and then there's a big debate about it, or people like tweet us and say, talk about this list, talk about that, this one's not on it, why ain't this one? I don't care about lists. I just care about my own lists. I'll come here and I'll tell you about my top 5 performers, my top 5 albums and stuff like that. I care about that because that's what I like. You don't have to agree with it, but that's cool. And that's what they do, and they care about it. I don't care about it. But anyway, somehow it seemed as though someone must have mentioned to Krept or whoever, why ain't these man on the list? Why ain't Krept Konan on the list? Which then Krept went on to say like a bunch of things that they had done, which was true. And like mentioning stuff like, you know, when they were doing something, everyone else was failing in this, and we did this and we did that. And I feel that watching artists and seeing how sensitive a lot of them are, somebody or some people could have looked at that and felt like, hold on a minute, you didn't do that. You didn't. There's a line in what Giggs said where he says in the thing, forever talking, what does he say? Read it. What's the forever? The forever bit.
I'm on this shit forever, man. Forever talking shit that ain't even fact.
Stop. So that means that can't be just of this Instagram caption. I just thought it was like an accumulation of a few things, including that. Now, going back to the WhatsApp groups again, yeah, in the WhatsApp groups, even when this came up here, there's always, the conversation always gets diverted into, okay, who was more influential to rap music? That's what the WhatsApp groups that I'm in discuss. Yeah. And then when that comes into play, what I tend to find only in the WhatsApp groups that I'm in, right? I tend to find that it's either or with Giggs and Krept Konan. It's never both of them. People never say, oh, do you know what? Yeah, like they both should be in the list. I always see people debating whether it should be Giggs over Krept Konan or Krept Konan over Giggs. That's just in the thing that I see, yeah? So, where was I going to go with this again? I can't even remember how I was going with this. So, I don't know. I just think that there's an accumulation of things that happened, and that's where that sort of come from. And that might have been one of the reasons why it got to the tipping point and man said what he said. Nah.
Wait, did they have previously or anything?
No, not that I know.
Any previous passer or anything? I'm just checking because
not that I know.
When I've seen this, I'm just confused. I was just mad confused. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I was just confused. Like, it made me think that there'd been passer between them in the past or something.
No, so why does it have to be? Huh? Sometimes this is the thing, yeah, and this is just my analysis. Because remember, I could be wrong. I'm just going by the analysis of artists that I see, and maybe it's not an artist thing, maybe it's just a people thing, yeah. But artists are very protective and sensitive about their art, so you can say anything as a indirect, or it might not even be anything to do with them, but they might take a certain something that is said and feel like you are taking away from them somehow, some way, shape or form, and it just. If it's a pattern, if they feel like it's a pattern and it's being said a few times or whatnot, then it's like it's almost a feeling that has been held, and then you get to a point where it's like, nah, I can't take this anymore, and I'm just gonna say this. I don't think that it came from a certain street thing or anything like that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about me. I thought potentially it was that because there's certain artists who come from the road and their ends have had beef. So I was thinking maybe that was the case. Like who did Sleepmo's ends have beef with somewhere else in South? Like Brixton had beef with somewhere in Peckham before, or
yeah, you get.
I don't know. So I was thinking maybe it was from that. Clearly, that's not the case. And like you're saying, it's just an art thing, right?
I think it's an art thing.
Okay, I don't know.
I genuinely,
was
that's what I think. I think it's an art thing, and I think that thing will just get squashed quickly. But I'm not gonna lie.
I hope so.
Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna lie. When it came, it was nice looking at the WhatsApp groups. It was like, you know what I mean? We was catching a little bit of joke about it. We was discussing some things. I was watching one particular WhatsApp group that turned into, these lot were discussing this for time, and then it turned into Blade Brown. They were discussing Blade Brown and then saying they rated Blade Brown over this one and that one and whatever it was.
He's cold.
He's bad boy. He's bad boy.
But you know what I didn't understand? Well, Giggs was trending right after it, yeah. But what else?
Chatty Patty Chucks. Go on, sorry.
Giggs was trending after it, and then I went online and I saw the trending, because obviously someone put in a WhatsApp group that is trending, so I saw it and I went into the hashtag and I just started looking at everyone weighing in on it, just random people that aren't even in this so-called industry, just people on Twitter weighing in on it, seeing the opinions, and I was just thinking to myself, how comes this is such a big thing? Because not that it shouldn't be, but what I mean is, like, even when the Wiley thing happened with Skepta and Dizzy. Yeah. It was a big thing, but Wiley wasn't trending.
Nah.
He wasn't trending like this. Do you know what I mean? And some people could say, yeah, but that took place on Instagram, not Twitter, but so did this.
Well, no, Giggs is bigger than Wiley.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think, Giggs, exactly. Giggs,
is that where it is then?
It's where Giggs is in his career right now, and where Krept and Konan are in their career right now. So when something like that is being said...
commercially? Because in our scene, they're probably the same. In terms
what do you mean?
Done. Like, they're both gods in our scene, Giggs and Wiley.
Yeah, of course, but no one's saying that. But
we're just
I just mean commercially, he's more.
They're just bigger.
No, but it was on Twitter. You said it was trending, so if it's on Twitter, it's just more who's got more numbers, and Giggs has more numbers, so that's why that.
Okay.
Yeah, and engagement.
I'm just saying because
engagement and all them type of things. Engagement.
But both have numbers that are way different. Like Giggs' numbers are ridiculous.
I don't think I've looked at them like that.
So it would have been big, and then you got to think like it's not just here now. These artists are bigger than just their ends. They're bigger than just that. Do you get me? Like, people all over the flipping various parts of the world would be discussing this, which is another reason why I don't feel I hope that they get past it, and I hope that they do that. But I'll tell you one thing, there will always be a debate about influence and rap music, and there's always going to be a debate about them as a whole, like who influenced more, who did this, who did that. And you know what, yeah, regardless of who has those conversations, one of them lot are always going to feel some type of way if they hold that as something valuable. Do you get me? So for example, see with the list, see with that 25 most influential rap list or whatever.
Red Bull done. The Red Bull done.
That Red Bull done, yeah.
And Konan quote tweeted it upset.
Yeah. So like, if you hold that, if you feel like this is something that is, I don't know, valuable to you and you're not on it, then you're going to get upset about that. And you know what? If people come on the podcast and they have a conversation about it, and it doesn't favor one or the other, then it's just like what I said to you before. I don't even know if we was recording, yeah. But if me and Poet are having a conversation and Poet asks me like, who do you prefer out of A and B? If I say A, B's going to take it that I'm saying that they're shit. That's not what I'm saying.
You're just saying.
Right. I'm just saying that I prefer A, or I think that A has been more influential than B because of whatever. That doesn't mean that I don't think that B was influential.
Can I just stop you here? Because you said something that's so mad. You know the whole... Because you're speculating that you feel that the whole list situation has something to do with it.
Yeah, I think it's funny. A contributing factor.
Because me and Mitch were talking about something today, and I said something to Mitch, and for Konan to be affected by the list, that means an opinion that's not his and of someone he doesn't know seems to mean more to him than his own. Like, this is an NHS hat. If you don't agree it is, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to have a discussion with you about it being an NHS hat. If I think I'm top 20 rappers, I'm not going to discuss with Red Bull or Chicken Shop or Nanda. There's no point. This is what I believe. We can have a discussion on why I'm there.
The only reason
why
that doesn't stand is because it says NHS on the hat, so that's a fact. But the list is just an opinion.
But if you believe what you're saying, it's belief though. Because someone could break this down and say it's not a real NHS hat. You just put NHS on it. It's not official. You can say anything you want. My point is this: Konan needs to start believing he's top 10 and top 20. Because this is I was actually going to message him right after I saw it. I don't think he does.
I think they do.
I'll tell you why I don't think he does. Or genuinely. An action not define you, consistency does. I'm not going to say with Krept, but Konan's always fighting this battle. This is not the first time I've seen it with Konan. I have followed this boy on Twitter for 8 years. So I've seen this like type of argument numerous times. Konan, you've delivered last night in LA. You have nothing to prove to us. You have nothing to prove to anyone. If you are top 10 in your mind, why do you need to have this conversation with people? I've just felt when I saw that, I was going to phone Konan actually and say to him, Konan, stop doing that, bro.
But should I tell you why someone might?
What?
I think because he thinks it's annoying.
Not even just that. It's just like, it's cool to know you and believe you're the best, right?
Yeah.
But unless the culture are in firm agreement that you are the best, in firm agreement, so that Mitch, you are the best.
What's the culture?
It's like you get in America. You know when people go, who's top 5 MCs all time? Everyone wants to be in that top 5.
But we can't do this. And I'll tell you why. Because Red Bull said it. Red Bull is not the culture.
No, but...
Let me carry on. Okay, MTV is not the culture. No. You see these fucking brands, they're not the culture. So when the man on the street that you see outside, I don't know, Fulton Heath train station, that's on the block says you're top 10, that is more valuable than Red Bull. So I'm saying to you, it's not annoying. Who are the people on the panel?
Who are the people? Who's on the panel? Who are the people on the panel?
Who cares,
but this is what I'm trying to say. And I agree with you.
Everyone, man.
I agree with you, Poet. But this is what I'm trying to say. They get these people who are apparently from the culture. I don't want to say names, but journalists. You know, people that have been around for a while. They put these people on the panel. We've seen MTV do it. We've seen Red Bull do it. They get these influential figures to give their opinions on who they think is there, and they know that these people are influential. I know your favorite word. These influential people, you two, influential, to give their opinions. And we can't act like the artists don't see these people. And their whole point is, we don't want the people you're talking about, the man on the corner, the man that works in Tesco's, the man that, do you know what I mean? The people that really listen to music, the fans, to be influenced by this because they listen to you people.
All right,
that's what they're worried about. They're worried about these
let me stop it
thoughts
again.
And opinions. They might think I'm the best, but then if Chucky says I'm not the best, then they're going to listen to Chucky because his opinion is very valuable.
The reason why I'm making it specific is because it's following from what Chucky said, which I think is a very interesting point. Red Bull made this list.
Yeah.
It wasn't Chucky.
But who was on Red Bull?
They didn't say. Red Bull just made a list.
No, who was on the panel?
I don't even think
on the thingy of that I saw, it didn't say.
It wasn't a panel. It was just one guy.
Oh, it was just one person.
Actually, no.
That made the list.
I don't want to say that.
Then that's trash. Then that's trash.
Let me just check.
If it's one person, it's complete trash, and I don't want to hear it.
My point is this anyway, and I'm going to say this one time, and I want, if every artist listens to anything I ever say, please let it be this. In 2013, I sat in a room, or 2012, it was between 2010 and 2013. I sat in a room in central London for the Mobile Awards and listened to a group of so-called journalists talk the most shit I've ever spoken, I've ever heard in my whole entire fucking life. Like, there was people that were trying to make grime and rap one category, and it was being and hip hop one category, and JME was going against Krept Konan, and everyone still celebrates their whole love at the Mobile Awards and all this other bullshit. My whole thing is this, fam. Fuck that shit. Don't need to go in top 20 with drill songs. Like, any point that is all being proven wrong, the energy over there needs to stop, fam. I need to stop caring about lists from irrelevant people that are not a part of this thing, fam. Because if that's what spurned the situation, fam, it makes sense to me, because the reason why I keep bringing it up is, you see the energy you give off. People are going to judge you by that. And I know as an older man, someone seeing like somebody feel so entitled to be on the list that doesn't even mean anything.
I think it was just frustrating, by one guy, fam. Sorry.
Huh?
No, it wasn't. So there's a few people. I think like there's a
even if it was
I'm not going to say their names, but there's like one.
Is there anyone on that list that you know and is of the culture?
Okay, let me have a look.
Even if it was me and you, Chucky, though, who cares, bro?
Do you know what? I understand what Poet is saying, though.
No, I understand.
And I understand where Conan's coming from, but the only reason why I say stop it now is because I'm saying to you right now, I have followed most of these people for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Like when you're at the point where you're doing a sold out show in Ali Pali, fam, and you're hanging from the ceiling and you're swinging and you're doing mad stuff and you got a restaurant
nothing matters.
Nothing think a Red Bull list matters, cuz it's an unnecessary fight that doesn't need to be fought, fam. And if somebody else watches that and is frustrated, I equally get both parties.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's better fights to be fought. But
I remember him saying, I don't know if he said it here. I don't know if Konan said it here or if he said it to me personally. But I remember it was just like, it was an annoyance thing. Like, it's just annoying. Because I do believe that he does believe that he's one of the coldest spitters.
So then why don't I get more credit?
He is one of the coldest.
Why don't we get credit? This is what I don't understand. And I'm not having a go at him. But what I'm saying is, why isn't there more credit to people that are crediting you than credit to people that are chatting shit? Like, I be bigging up Krept Konan for years, fam. Chucky, you're the same. Mitch, you're the same. Like, let's just, the people that big you up, show them the energy and love, fam. And the people that don't get it, just leave them to not get it.
Yeah, I think they're the coldest.
Because we're speaking about the fact that could have been the whole thing that initiated the energy for Giggs to go and say
I didn't mean it as the whole thing, but I thought a contributing factor.
A contributing factor.
I thought it was a contributing factor. That's my spot. And you know what? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that.
I can get with it because it's energy, and Chucky's basically looking at it from an energy perspective of saying that and giving off that energy. It makes people think different things about you that they shouldn't be thinking.
Yeah.
With Konan, we're meant to be thinking the truth, fam. You're a cold rapper. You make me laugh. You got some dope Instagram captions, and you're a cool guy, fam. That's all I want to think about Konan. I don't want to think that he's upset that people don't think he's top 20. I don't think I will
tell you this though. Because I'd love to have a conversation about influence and all of that type of stuff. Yeah. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Instead of having that conversation now, whenever Krept Konan or Giggs comes back here, I'm having an open conversation about influence and what they've done, what my opinion is on it, and who I feel has influenced what, and we'll just take that from there. I'm not going to have that conversation with neither of them being there. Because do you know what I know what would happen anyway? Is that I do that, and then I'm likely to get a phone call that's just gonna, you know what I mean?
I just think both artists are just in Krept Konan.
What's the phone call gonna be like?
Amazing.
Oh, bro, I could tell you exactly what the phone call would be like, but it'd be a funny one still. But
I like how you find everything funny. Look. A man pulling up on me, that is not funny, fam. I'm going home.
Nah, do you know what it is?
Stay in my house.
Nah, because it's not like even that, yeah. Even see, like when I get a phone call or whatever, yeah, and a man's angry or whatever, it's not like it's serious because of what I might have said or what I might have or what might have been discussed on the thing, but it's not serious to the point
To
where I
that
feel like
extent.
I don't go out on the road and feel like, these black men are gonna kidnap me and do this.
No, I'm
and
not
do all
saying
of
that. I'm not saying that at all.
So, and this is the thing, yeah, it's like, sometimes
You just wanna have a laugh.
I just want to just chat with my brethren and
not just
have
that.
a laugh.
You're
And
a
you know what
fan.
it is,
You're
yeah?
a
And I'm
fan.
exactly.
You're a fan,
This is the
and
thing,
fans
yeah?
should be able to just speak
Exactly.
because we do it on American artists. Like I sit here
I'm
I sit here from across the pond, and anything that happens over in America, I look at it and I'm talking about it.
If I'm disrespectful,
weighing in
either
on
one
it.
of you, either one of you, if I ever come up here and I'm disrespectful, check me.
But then the thing is, this is the thing.
I don't know,
Wait,
man.
No, check me. If I am, check me. But other than
Because-
that, let me do my thing.
No, but it's funny
Please.
because when you don't know someone, it's a completely different story, isn't it? It's like the other day, me and Poe were in Selfridges and we're laughing at the 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd situation. And we could be sitting there talking about it on a podcast and it wouldn't mean nothing because we don't know none of these guys.
That's true.
They're just over there. They're a million miles away. But that's a serious situation.
Let me
This
show
is,
you the
a man,
difference.
this is a man that's taken a man's girl and sat in bed with him. And have you seen that?
Yeah, of course.
But let me show you why I think that's immature. Let me show you why it's just, I think it's two different situations.
Go on.
I look at 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd as two immature little kids doing back and forth on social media. And like, it's just stupid and pathetic. You both got red hair.
Well, it
The
gets
whole
real life
thing
when
is
you bring a
silly.
man's girl into
But
your
the whole,
bed
but the
still,
whole
though.
thing is silly. It is spurned from absolute bollocks. This situation, yeah, is two people that I'm not going to say I'm best of friends with, but it's Krept Konan and Giggs who I have a relationship with both parties.
Yeah.
It's a bit different to me comparing Trippie and 6ix9ine. And on top of that, it's one quote that has not been consistent over 8 years. It's like right out of the blue. I've seen this quote and I'm just like, you know what, big man? For it to happen like this must be a serious situation. We're all speculating if they've got past. But because we don't know. Whereas with 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd, fam, every week there's something.
I'm going to take an educated guess that
But I was just basically saying that to say, sorry to cut you off. I was just basically saying that to say, because we're fans of 6ix9ine's music and Trippie Redd or whatever,
Yeah.
we're fans of Krept Konan gigs, fans just weighing on everything.
Yeah, no,
Because
but we're
fans.
not. But still, it's very specific situations we're dealing with. I can be a fan of Ian Wright and be a fan of Thierry Henry, but I'm going to be a lot more empathetic towards Ian Wright now because I have a stronger relationship with him. So it's never going to be like when I was a fan, I was a kid. Now it's going to be different. Like, you know, little things that are going to be more different. So,
and
let
me just be clear. I feel like I am being empathetic because if I wasn't, then this conversation would be completely different.
I'm not saying you, I'm saying by my own terms. At least I have to show a little bit of empathy because I know.
And your relationship with them is very strong as well.
Yeah.
But and so I have to respect that as well when I come and have a conversation with man or whatnot. Yeah. But I want that to. I'm just throwing this out there as well, whether people want to take this or not. But it's like I am being empathetic because if I wasn't, I would be. This conversation would be
Going somewhere else.
It would be going completely somewhere else. So I'm still very mindful of the relationship that I have with them or whatnot. Yeah, whichever it may be, to whatever extent. But I can't. Like, there's no way I could do something like this. And then something like that happens, and I'm going to come in and sit down and act like that didn't happen.
Yeah, it was a
I
trending
can't do
topic.
that.
Listen, at the end of the day, because it was trending, you have to talk
Yeah,
about it.
if it was a DM and I was the only one who had it, I'm not saying nothing because that's not like nah.
I hear you, nah.
But if it goes out there and it's what? Let me tell you something now. Yeah, let me tell you something now. Everyone, all the artists, I'm talking about all of the rap artists. All the grime artists, all of that, all of them, they were all talking about it. All of them.
Everyone was
all of them was all having a good chin wag about it. They were having a good laugh.
Listen, I'm not going to say who it was. And if you watch my Instagram, you might know, but I'm not going to say any names. But I was at Premier League HQ yesterday and a former footballer asked me about it.
Okay.
You wouldn't even think he's into this kind of stuff or in this world. He's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
He's gone clear. He wears suits. You wouldn't even think he's involved in this world. You think he's on some next stuff. And if he is involved in this, you're thinking it's old school. Do you know what I mean? Like Wiley or I don't know. Or, do you know old So Solid Crew?
Yeah.
He's asked me because he just can see how I am and how I speak.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened so with Giggs and Krept? Yeah. So everyone was talking about this.
Yeah, of course.
So to come here and not speak about it, I'd obviously
shows how big the scene is. As well.
Yeah, well, it is. The scene's massive, and they're two integral parts of the scene. Like,
yeah,
we're talking about like these are like in our scene, these are like some of our goats.
Yeah.
These are like our J's, and do you know what I mean?
And you know what? People always get me misconstrued because I've had problems in the past with my opinions when it comes to people going at each other.
In the past?
Truth of the matter, in the past,
like a couple of days ago.
Like all the time.
Last week.
I just don't want no one to be in problems with each other. I understand I'm asking for it, but when a situation...
Rap's competitive, though.
What's that?
Rap's competitive.
And if it stays competitive on tunes, then so be it, fam. Yeah. But when it comes on to like Instagram comments, I'm like, oh, if there's a way that we can solve it, let's try and solve it. Or maybe there's nothing to be solved. But when somebody does that, of that magnitude, that age, that wisdom, I'm like, cuz I don't have a clue where this is going now. You might have genuinely been sitting down for like 5-6 years, and today you decided I've had enough, and regardless of repercussions, I'm expressing the way I feel. And it's like, shit. Like, how can I now go and say, well, he's not going to do anything about it? I don't know.
Of course we don't know. Of course
no,
we don't.
I'm not saying you know. You might not know. I'm talking from me. I don't know. Because if you told me this would have happened, I'd have been like, no way.
This whole conversation is funny, fam.
It's hilarious. It's not hilarious. It's not.
No, the subject isn't. I'm talking about the conversation we're having, not the subject. The conversation we're having is hilarious right now. Because it's like...
My closing point would be, you know what? I hope that everything's cool, and it's you know what I mean. And the reality is, I'm fans of all three of them. Genuinely, not 100. Even to sit on the fence. Like, no, 100. They are literally like my favorite artists worldwide. In there, they're cold. But you know what?
Sure, everything's I'm not gonna lie. We're going to their bowling thing later. So
yeah, of course. So anyway, I'm not gonna lie. I love the speculation. I like to have a look at it, and I'm not. And if they come here, if the elephants in the room kind of got to be addressed a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But.
It might be dead in the water.
By the time this comes out, I wouldn't be surprised if either or have come out on Instagram and maybe said something, or there's been a phone conversation. All right, cool. There's been a conversation that's had on the phone, whatever it may be, and it's just all smoothed over now. Everyone goes about their life and whatnot. But I tell you one thing that is going to happen. I'm just saying, innit? There are going to be conversations about influence, and somebody's going to get upset. But I say it got sometimes.
About influence in what sense?
When we discuss influence, not we, but as when people discuss influence, on their platforms, who influenced what? Did you see who is the most influencesive, whatever the fucking word is? What's
Wiley,
that?
What? Wiley calls out Chip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wiley's.
That's just Wiley's just. Oh, who done
actually,
that?
While we're
they're so stupid.
It's so nasty.
While we're on Wiley, let me just do this.
Twitter's dirty, isn't it?
Twitter's hilarious, fam. I love Wiley though.
I love Wiley, man.
I was on the phone to him yesterday.
What is going on out here right now?
Is he talking about this?
He phoned me just before that.
All I'm saying is that was yesterday.
Bro, he phoned me. He phoned me just before.
Man, love it, you know.
There's one more.
Speak on a blood clot mind. Speak on a mind, bruv. Because, let me just wipe this tear, because, bruv, speak on a mind. Too much fakeness and that. Just speak on a mind, man.
I'm not going to lie, I would have loved to have done this podcast
last
with Wiley
night,
today.
I phoned him because he made a point, and this situation here was proving him wrong. So I was like, I have to phone him to show him he was wrong. Anyway, he's phoned me back. He's like, "Poet, I was sleeping," and then he started speaking about it. Wow. And we ever had.
What should I name this podcast anyway?
Oh, Chucky, whatever.
Is anyone gonna? Any?
What difference does it make? People can listen.
What should I name it? What should I name it?
Especially, they're definitely gonna listen to this podcast. People will wait since this subject came up. You know, there's certain things that happen in the scene, and people just think, I can't wait to hear.
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, and I would tell all of them this as well. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to just clickbait this. I'd love to. I would just love to just make a title that was just.
It's not, but it's not clickbait though.
Is it not? Go on, tell me something. Go on, keep talking.
From my understanding, I could be wrong. Clickbait is something that you apply in order to get people's to come over, and that's not happening.
That's not what it is. Yeah.
So, like, if you made a video and said Dele Alli versus Aaron Ramsey, and then you go and watch the video and you see two kids running around, that's called clickbait.
All right. So let me just ask you this. We'll just sum it up like this.
We're talking about the situation, so it can't be clickbait. It's just a really cool title.
So,
if you like
a title like this is Gig stepping on Conan's Krept that's a clickbait one.
No, it's not.
Because we didn't discuss whether he was stepping on his crepes or not. But
you're being literal.
Yeah,
but
mad literal.
If I put Walton to gigs,
none of it's clickbait, Chucky.
None of the
They're just witty titles, bro. They're just puns.
Gigs versus Krept Konan.
You can name what you want. I don't want responsibility of anybody coming here and saying, why did you name it like that? You can hold that responsibility. I'm not interested.
It would be good if they come in it, but next year.
What?
Yeah, no, I said it would be good if either of them come in, but next year in it, go. Well, anyway, before we leave,
wrong with Chucks?
Before we leave, yeah, I do just want to big up Scraps still.
Oh, the verse for
just doing that show in Kentish Town Forum, because I've been going Kentish Town Forum for a long time, yeah. Mm-hmm. And every time, like when I first started going there, it was always to see like really big rap acts, like really big ones, yeah. This is not to say that he's not, but you know where I'm going with this, yeah. And then even over time, so you've seen like Stormzy's done that, Krept Konan's done that, and like Giggs has done it, Kano's done it, all at points in their career where they are like, there's a big amount of heat that is being gravitated to them, yeah.
Yeah.
Nines did it. And Nines has always been, out of the two of them being from the same ends or whatever and being good friends and, you know what I mean, rap together from almost the start of this thing. Nines has always kind of been the one that is a bit more name brand that people gravitate to. He sold that out, yeah. And then to see Scraps do it and still have that same amount of love, yeah, I just think is just
incredible.
It's incredible, bro.
Incredible.
It's incredible, bro. It's such a great look, bro.
Like, Scraps has been good forever.
It's good. Yeah,
forever. When did I get introduced to him? It was that freestyle on SBTV when he's spitting over that pop tune that Miley Cyrus and will.i.am were on. What's it called again? People listening to it will know. The fam, he absolutely bodied.
Mad.
He bodied. Nah, Scraps is lit.
Yeah, man. And for live shows and that, man, it's been pretty decent. Like, just flipping, even staying on Krept Konan, seeing these men flying through the sky and all of that type of shit, bro. It was mad. That was mad. It was a good moment, bro. I didn't even see that coming. All of a sudden now these men are just out in the air, and you can see that Konan was loving it up there, boy.
Oh yeah, shout out Krept Konan as well for the thing they do on a Sunday with Tim Westwood.
Oh yeah. What is that? It's like Soulful Sundays.
Soulful, yeah. Shout out J2K, Krept Konan, like Westwood for that. Wait a minute, shout out me, man. Fucking hell, new video, Vid by Amnesia.
Oh yeah, of course.
Drop. Yeah. Take a look. Link in bio.
Link in bio. Yeah. So
we'll put link in the bio. So you can edit this part and put it at the end of one of the clips and put link in bio.
Oh, you want me to? I could do that. Oh yeah. What do you want?
You can just link the video at the end card, but also put the link in the description.
So put the link, yeah, but I'll pull it as like one of the videos for people to click on.
Power detergent.
Yeah, come on, G. Come on, man. Do you know what I like as well? I said to you before, man, your visuals are not boring. Like, I find visuals, for me personally, I just find some of them quite boring. But when I watch your videos, there's like, it's flicking and there's things going on, and it's like, yeah, it just it holds my attention for somebody who watches videos and just gets very bored very easily. Yeah, it's good. I can see that's something that's quite important to you lot.
Bro, we watch Sicko Mode, Travis Scott, and we're just like, wow. And then some people be like, oh, it's too much for me. And I'm like, yeah, that you're not the people I want to speak to. Okay, so it's like, it's more people like you I want to speak to, Mitch, and people that just enjoy interesting visuals, fam. So we're trying our very best.
I think it definitely stands out from a lot of the stuff that's on like Link Up, GRM. Do you know what I mean?
It's important.
No offense to the people that are putting stuff out on there, but it does start to look very samey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Get a camera, go on the street, record it. Do you know what I mean? With
there's things I want to tell you, but I do not want to film on a rooftop. I said avoid a drone, avoid all the things. Like, don't get any trains going past, like nothing.
All of that stuff.
I didn't want to do typical London because I think that even that's getting. So man just said, you know what, man's just going to film it in Boiler Room on a quick thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, man.
And you can tell it's very artistic. It's just a dope video, bro. It's a dope video. I think more people in the UK need to release videos like that.
Well, one of the reasons why I don't watch much videos is because I just think, let me just hear the song, because I can pretty much visualize the video anyway, because usually the videos are just always very samey. So yeah, I can visualize the drone shot, the on top of the roof thing or whatever. I just rather just hear the tune. But like now, if I didn't, let's just say I didn't know you but I saw a couple of your videos.
Yeah.
I know if I heard the song, I'd want to see what you've done with the video now.
That's lit.
Because I know that you're going to do something with the video.
Yeah,
You know what I
100.
mean? So, yeah, man. Yeah, is everyone good? Everyone all right?
Yeah.
Good. So we saying everyone, what you got in bowling today and that, yeah?
You coming, Chucky?
Nah, man.
Is
I'm
it?
going to see, who am I going to see today? Is it? It's not Wednesday today, is it?
No, it's Tuesday.
I
It's
know.
Wednesday, you get to watch Arsenal Man United.
Huh?
Arsenal Man United
I've
Wednesday.
got to go and watch that at my dad's.
Right.
Man.
Yeah, the thing is, I was so upset. I meant to go to JCK's dinner tomorrow. I was so pissed off. They moved my work from morning to fucking evening. So it
I
fucked
might
me
come
over.
bowling then.
Yeah, come man, I'll phone you.
Yeah. As
Just
soon as
ask
I
me
get,
stuff.
if I go there, the first thing I'm doing is I'm saying, we spoke about you, man, today still. And I
Yeah, I wanna
stuck
say
it on
something.
you, man.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to tell them
Well,
that.
we'd have to, really. Cause
I'm going to say to them, no, bro,
no way it
I
could be
hot.
you in these clothes.
No, I'm going
Fair
to,
enough, yeah.
no, I will say, I'm just letting you lot know, I stuck it on you lot on a wicked man one today.
You're not gonna do that.
I will.
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
didn't.
say. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say.
Exactly.
Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna over gas it so that when they watch it,
They'll be like,
it's okay. It wasn't that bad.
All right. So what I'm gonna do, yeah. Now you said that, you're coming today. I'm setting a reminder
do
on
that,
your
you
phone.
know.
What?
I would do that.
Cool.
I would
I'm
do
going
that.
to-
I'll just say I'll let you lot know.
No problem. I'm going to film it. You're coming today.
nah,
I'm just letting you know, man, I having a problem.
Of course I am.
yeah, I know.
Nah, man, they'll be alright.
Huh?
Nah, they'll be alright. Oh, can I just also say as well, yeah.
Serious subject.
Also, can I just say as well, yeah, that it is important to note that, like, regardless of the fact that, you know, there's this conversation about them jumping on people's tunes, I don't even feel there's nothing wrong with that because, like, there's always been features and stuff like that since the beginning of time. But
Diddy
that's their,
invented the
that's their, like, that you there, or the guy
He's
that
in there,
manages
he's
them,
in
that's their
Payday.
guy.
Exactly. But more importantly than that, actually, that is probably the most important thing.
That
he
is their guy.
That he is a part of their clique.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
more
So it's like
than
more,
entitled
it's
to be on
more,
it.
exactly.
But also, more than anything, they bodied it.
Body.
They
Yeah,
did
they did.
their thing.
They
They
bodied.
gave great verses. So I don't have a why am I ever gonna have a problem with getting good music and good verses?
How you
I'm not
come in
gonna
a
have a problem
Bentley
with
but
it.
still have a bust down?
Huh?
How you come in a Bentley but still get a bust down?
Fam, I think they went in. So I ain't ever gonna complain.
I don't even want to think about what they're saying, fam. It's too mad, fam. Oh no. Yeah, lads, I'm good, man.
All right.
All good in the hood.
Bye, everyone.
Troublemaker, fam.